strong wives who know their place and know what's it like to be a wife, a woman, a mother, um going to work and all these things above. I want to say congrats to you. I want to say give yourself a big pat on your back. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Okay, I've been with my husband. We only been married for right at we've been married since 2014, and it made 3 years. November the 8th of 2017 made 3 years. But we've been together since '07. So we have a long history with one another. 10 years of it, but we only been married 3. Um, I must say the road hasn't always been good. It's been rocky, not because of any cheating or anything like that, but more of coming to a set of boundaries of the wife knowing where she stands and the husband knowing where he stands, so that we are able to put that together and make a beautiful marriage and make things work. So with that being said, I'm gonna speak a little bit about my marriage just for a little bit. Right now, I'm still struggling with being submissive to my husband, but I am far most doing well. Much of the relationship, me and my husband, we both kind of like tag team things. But when I feel like I didn't want to work, I would sit down and my husband would continue to pay the bills without a problem. And I have 3 kids that's not his. My 3 kids, they have the same father. He's very active in their life. He give them he's in their life very financially. My kid's father is. So with my kids needing things and having to go places or whatever the case may be, it's not a burden on my husband, as long with trying to take care of me too. He doesn't have a burden of saying, well, I haven't taken care of a woman and 3 kids and their father is not in their life. That's not the case. My kid's father is very active in their life, and he is very, very, very financially there. So that's not a problem. And another thing in my marriage, I don't have no disrespectful girls. My girls doesn't disrespect my husband and cause problems in our marriage that we shouldn't have to have. Sometimes kids can cause problems that a marriage or a relationship doesn't have to have, because what we fail to realize as parents, our kids are always on the outside looking in. So at any point that you make them feel like that they just did something wrong and you made it right towards the other partner, you just taught them how to be disrespectful towards your mate. But I want to say this. I'm still battling with being submissive to my husband. What I mean by that, sometimes I don't know how to keep my mouth closed. I get the repping, yeah, and I just won't be quiet. I just won't be quiet. But my husband came to me. He lost his job probably about 4 or 5 months ago. Probably not even that long. The job that he was working, he was getting paid like about 25.75 an hour. He was making pretty good money right here in this little small town. But he was making pretty good. But anyways, he came to me. I wasn't working. I had to resign from my job for a little while. And we had just came back off a cruise. We ran up a check. But I told him, I said, well, I'm going to go back to work because I don't want us to get behind on our stuff. We work too hard and we've come too far. You know what I'm saying? I feel very blessed to be as proud of myself, especially to be my age and buying a home and riding in a very, very, very nice vehicle. It's a 2015 $40,000 vehicle, but still, $40,000 vehicle and a $50,000 house. That doesn't make sense, do it? It didn't sound right, do it? Or did it sound right to some of you who don't know any better? $40,000 car, $50,000 house. This is my house. I have a very, very nice house. Very, very. Actually, I got it for a steal. But anyways, back to this. He asked me, he's like, well, I'm not working, blah, 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 blah. You don't have to pay these bills or whatever. So I got up, I went back to work. I'm just a CNA. I don't make much, but I make enough where we won't have to struggle. So I went back to work. But let me tell you something. Not all women, not just a woman, but not all wives would step up to this plate that I stepped up to without a problem. I went from doing what I wanted with my paycheck to having to pass my paycheck from my hand to my husband's hand to make sure the bills stay ahead in the household. And this started about in July. And at a point, I kind of like didn't know how well I was going to cope with this, because I really felt like I should spend my money how I want it. But I'm like, I'm not finna work for nobody and not spend my money how I want it. And I really wanted to be hard-headed. I really wanted to not accept my responsibilities. I really didn't. I didn't want to accept my responsibility. In fact, I had went into a setback mode. My setback mode was, my setback mode was, I had started to want to cry. I didn't really want to get up and go to work. I was starting to make excuses about things because I didn't want to step up to this plate. But you know what I did? I started stepping up to the plate. I paid these bills. I work, and I passed my check from my hand to my husband's hand. And we haven't skipped a beat on none of the things that we have. I still have very nice things. We haven't skipped a beat on the light bill, the gas bill, the water bill, rent, mortgage, any of those things. And mind you, my husband was making, every 2 weeks, he was bringing home like about $1,600 after takeout. To when he lost his job in June, you come down to my little bit of check, $700 after takeout. That's not enough, you would like to think. But see, when you trust in the Most High, but see, when you be submissive to your husband the way you supposed to, things is gonna still work out right. And I thank God that I have a God-fearing husband. You know, I'm not where I should be with the Most High, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I am. Now, my husband, on the other hand, him and the kids, they keep the Sabbath day every Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. I don't keep the Sabbath day. Like right now, my family is in the house still keeping the Sabbath day because it hasn't ended while I'm out here going live. But I'm the type of mother that no matter what I do that is wrong, I don't teach my kids wrong. Although my kids know that I'm not in that house on Friday and Saturday keeping the Saturday with them and my husband, they know that I'm still bringing them up right. I explain to them, don't look at what I do. No, I'm not sitting in this house, but you're going to continue to do it. You're going to do what the Most High asked me to teach you. He asked me to teach. He asked us to teach our kids his way. So I feel like as a mother, no matter what I do, the least I can do is continue to teach my kids how to live according to the Most High's word. And until we, as a generation, break away from this curse, thing is never going to get right. But I'm saying all this the same. We went from a steak budget to a ramen noodle budget. It hasn't nothing changed. That's all I'm saying. Hasn't anything changed. I haven't had to scratch my head not one night stressing or worrying about how this is going to get paid. In fact, we haven't had to do it to that we have at least about 5 bills in the house that we can easily just say, you know what, we got to let you go for right now. We don't have to have cable TV. I don't have to have a house phone with a cell phone. I don't have to have internet. I don't have to have cameras around my home because we're always at home. So I don't even need cameras around my home. So those are 5 things that I just named that we do not have to have. So before I lose my home or lose my vehicle or let my light, gas, and water get turned off, those 5 things we need. We need the vehicle to get back and forth to work. We need the roof over our head. We need light, gas, and water. We need those things. So before I let those 5 things get turned off, I got 5 things that I can eliminate. See, what we as people need to understand, we make our own struggle. We want to try to keep the things that we want along with the things we need. Sometimes you have to know how to cut back. Sometimes you have to sacrifice for yourself. You have to say, I don't need to watch Young and the Restless this week because my water bill is going to get paid. You have to say, I don't need to pick up a house phone along with a cell phone because my light bill is going to get paid. You need to stop putting some of your wants before your needs. You need to stop paying a cell phone bill over your gas bill. You need to stop doing that. You need to start staying ahead. When you stay ahead, you can spend your money a whole lot better. You can see your money a whole lot better. And see, that's what my problem was. I was feeling like I'm not going to see my money, like my money going straight to a bill. I'm not doing it. I understand my husband did it. And God, I thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me a husband that felt like home came first. And that's that. I feel like home came first, but I also feel like I wasn't working for nobody and not take anything out of my check for myself. My husband didn't have a problem with coming home and paying all these bills and not even having nothing for himself. I had a problem with that. But see, by me knowing I had a problem with it, I had to use my head. I had to become a Proverbs woman. I had to become a Proverbs a wife out of the book of Proverbs. I have to start using my head. I have to figure out, well, what can you do to pay these bills and still keep money in your pocket, but don't let anything fall behind? So you know what I did? I had a little money on me. I'm like, this bill is not even due. This is where my check gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and pay this bill. You know what I did? I paid bills that wasn't due and put them ahead. So when my check came, I didn't have to pay bills that was gonna be due. They was already paid. Butch, get your butt right here! Get right here, Butch! Let him in the house. Get in there! I'm the fuss at my dog. But we got to start being more supportive to our husband. We got to be more of who we say we are. Our black men are going through enough. You know, they're making it harder for them to find jobs. They're making it harder for them to become entrepreneurs, and we wonder why things are so hard, because we don't have our hands in anything. Until you start becoming these things that can make a difference, then you shouldn't talk.